I'm about to go on a mini rant, so if you don't want to listen to it, then please, scroll away. But I had one of my baby fathers, okay, and messaged me about my son's attendance because I added his name so that he can be a part. I get a question like, oh, why is this? This is excessive. This is ridiculous. I know I may not do anything right. Okay, I know I fail in a lot of areas. But y'all little $200, $300, $400 of child support a month don't do nothing. Nothing. Okay? It don't help me pick up the kids. It don't help me drop them off. It don't help me rest. It don't help nobody take care of the house while I'm sick. Every sickness, every illness, every time I haven't felt good, every time I was thrown up in the house, I have not had nobody else to just come in. And y'all out here with these child support mentalities. And granted, I have a love-hate relationship with the child support system. I understand that it's taxed. I understand. I don't like how they do the men as well. But let me tell you how I don't like how the men do the men. Okay? Y'all have this mentality like y'all don't have to do anything. Like it's our responsibility.
She said she didn't like how the men do the men. The women are so masculine today, it doesn't even register in their minds that women are not men. They often confuse genders, running around with the I'm the mother and the father rhetoric. But we have a woman here who went viral for what she called her rant about her having to be responsible for her 4 kids with 4 different men, complaining that she's doing more because she's the one taking care of the kids every day. Young ladies, teenagers, and women in your 20s, you have to listen carefully today. This is a straightforward lesson that you're probably not going to hear anywhere else. Take a second to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Click the notification bell for all updates. Shout out to Joseph for sending this video in. Not going to waste any time. Let's go ahead and jump into it.
You live in another state or you live somewhere else. Okay, you sleep when you want to sleep. You're tired. You come home. You take a nap. If you want to go out, if you want to do something, if you want to clean the house, everything's on your schedule. Okay, I don't have that. I have little people that dictate everything around me. Okay, you don't have to leave your job every 5 minutes because you get 15 goddamn phone calls a day from the schools. You don't have to take every break and every lunch hour that you have dealing with children and referrals and hearings and IEPs. So don't question me on what I do.
This sounds absolutely miserable. And by the way, the reason why she's getting all of those phone calls is because her kids are misbehaving in school because they have no structure at home. There's no discipline. There's no father in the home. Yes, that sounds like complete misery. Young ladies, this is what the single mothers won't tell you. There's been a conscious effort being made over the last couple of decades to glorify single motherhood. You're even having these Gen X women getting on live television, encouraging women to leave their husbands to become single mothers. If you missed this video here, the link will be below. Claudia Jordan, Vivica Fox allowed us in this situation. Women with no husband or kids telling women to leave their husbands so they'll be alone with kids. Claudia telling women leave him and make him a single father, when in reality, those women leaving their husbands will more than likely be making themselves single mothers. Well, listen here to the real life of an actual single mother. She's speaking to you. She is really all alone and is not as pretty as Claudia and Vivica painted it out to be.
You don't have to sacrifice where you live. You don't have to sacrifice what you want to do and what you aspire to give your children the best that they can possibly have.
The best your children can possibly have is both a mother and a father. And when you have kids, it's not all about your aspirations. It's about taking care of your kids. If you want your aspirations to come first in your life, then don't get pregnant and have kids. Same thing for a relationship. Every woman is not qualified to be a wife. If you don't want to do the work to be a wife, then stay single. It's your decision, but you have to live with the consequences of the decisions that you make.
You don't have to do all of that. You don't lose sleep for days at a time, for years. What can you do? Move. Help. You go pick up the kids. You answer some phone calls from the referrals. You go talk to them. You take them out. You spend extra money for all the extra stuff that they need and go pick them up and take them to their dental appointments and to their eye exams and to their doctor's appointments and to their surgeries and to every other appointment that they have, because there's like 50 of them. And still try to work and live out your dreams. And to the men, you text me WYD one more time. and I'm doing all of this stuff and you didn't get an attitude because I don't respond to you, you offer to pay one of my bills or take my kids somewhere, then we'll talk.
First off, new men trying to pursue you, they're not responsible for paying your bills or supporting your kids. That's your responsibility. In that there, she talked about how hard her life is, no sleep, dealing with undisciplined kids. How can you even talk about entertaining men, money or not? You have 4 kids and multiple baby daddies. Your focus should be raising all those kids into productive adults. You don't have time for selfish aspirations. This is why modern women are always stressed out, always losing sleep, and always experiencing some mental health issue. You're doing too much. And young ladies, this is why you have to be smarter than Generation X and the millennials. They're going to keep trying to glorify this lifestyle and sabotage you because misery loves company. So after her video went viral, you had a lot of people commenting, and she came back to respond to some of the comments.
So I've never had so many views and comments and interaction on any of my videos. And that last one, I guess everybody, I don't know. Nobody pays attention to my stuff. I specifically stated in the beginning that it was a rant. And if you didn't want to listen to it, you could have scrolled. But one thing I do, see is that there is a statistical margin of error for stupidity and ignorance on the internet, not just on my videos, but on other people's videos. This right here, negativity, that don't really affect me that much. And I'm not here for your validation either. It was a rant. And the whole rant wasn't even men are bad or my baby daddy is bad. And in the comments I stated that he's actually a good father. He does a lot as far as, when I need him and things like that. But my issue and the point that I was making is that there's a disparity amongst the role and responsibility of each parent based on their gender.
Here we go with these feminist talking points. And if the baby daddy that she came on there talking about is a good father, why did she get online complaining about him? Which is another lesson. Stop oversharing and going online having these emotional rants.
That was it. And it was a 3-minute video. And of course, I could not get everything I wanted to say in 3 minutes. I went on a rant because I was frustrated, I was irritated, and I was stressed. And that's what I wanted to do. But this right here, why does it matter that I have 4 children? And for the record, for those constantly saying, oh, I couldn't get past her saying one of her baby daddies. And I have 4. I have 4 different fathers for my children, for all 4 of them. One I was married to. One was almost 20 years ago when I was a teenager. And one, was period. You know what I'm saying? And he know he was because he didn't call me and he didn't apologize.
And then you see, they never take accountability. She has 4 kids with 4 different men. And let her tell you, none of it is her fault. You can't go around making the conscious decision to lay down and make babies over and over again with different men and then come up with all of these excuses for why you did it. Oh, one of them I got married to. That wasn't the first one, by the way. One of them I was young. And see, young ladies, that's why you can't listen to them. Failures like this, they always have excuses. It's never their fault.
And we were supposed to get married. We were supposed to be together at one point, but he was I was pregnant. He spent over a year trying to court me. But that's my fault for falling for stupidity. How about the issue here isn't oh my God, how many baby daddies I got or anything like that. It's parents, period, have a shared responsibility, and society as a whole has made so many excuses for men. That's why you'll be like, oh, the dad doesn't know the birthday. He's just such a man. Why? My father wasn't like that. I wasn't raised around men like that. My whole issue was that the little $300-400 a month or whatever is given, because it's not much, and that's for 4. Okay, it doesn't compare to actually having the help and they don't understand that. That was the purpose. But thanks for interacting.
She said one baby daddy courted her for a year. Courted you for what? Baby mama ship? Like, come on. Now, she's right about having a man there in the house is more impactful than child support, Vivica, while you're telling women to leave their husbands and put them on child support. But when it comes to gender roles, men are expected to do certain things, women are expected to do certain things. If you don't want to do the work, don't sign up for it. Now, to the young women, you don't want to end up like this. Number one, don't lay around having babies with men who are not your husband. That's the first step. You have to vet, and vet again. Stop dealing with men for recreation. Get a solid man. And even when you think you have a solid man, you have to still vet him. You don't marry anybody within 6 months or a year. You just don't do that in 2022. Even when you're married, continue to vet the situation before making babies. 1 or 2 years is not long enough. Why? Because most of these modern marriages, they start to break down between 2 to 5 years. And making babies won't make a bad relationship better. Which brings me to this. You have to get serious about life. Don't waste your younger years messing over your life and then having nothing to show for it in your 30s. Because of biology, you cannot wait until you're 40 to get serious. You have to be serious and focused at 18, at 20. Don't play around for 15 years and turn 35 to 40 and start rushing all the men to hurry up and put a ring on it. And I'll leave you with this. You are who you attract and accept in your life. If you find that you're not attracting high quality men, chances are you are a low quality woman. Evaluate yourself and make the necessary changes. And for the woman in the video, if you cannot handle all 4 kids, give custody to their fathers. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started below in the comments. I want to know what you think about the situation. 4 kids by 4 different men going online ranting about how hard it is. Special thank you to our brother Dark Power. I appreciate you, Dark Power, for all of your support. Don't forget that you can support this channel as well. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like and share.